Namaste. So, welcome everybody. This is just a small panel discussion or a meet we are having with three lovely ladies from the Himalayan Entrepreneurs Network who have been really surprising really well in their careers in terms of inspiring a lot of people and even the network and even commoners as well also. So the three different people we have amongst the panel over here are Miss Divya Limbu. She was born and brought up in Manipur, and she was graduate from Delhi University. She's worked in the BPO and the KPO industry for quite some time, and she also had the similar vision of actually coming back to the homeland, to the promised land. She wanted to do that. So it's totally unconventional for any other person to take up the whole treat to actually going back to become a farmer, but still she took up that as a major project of hers. And she moved back in 2013. And since then, she's been cultivating lemongrass, beautiful oil. And right now, she's running a really beautiful property, which is due to be visited soon by me and other people as well. Also, it's called Bunkulung Farmstay, and lovely property. A lot of good reviews have been there about the place,
Thank you.
and she's a really enterprising person. I'm really charming as well also. And now we get on to a second person is Miss Sonam. So she is apart from all the education and stuff like that about the BComs, about the MBAs also. The noteworthy pointer over here is actually she is the main core founding member of the Himalayan Entrepreneurs Network, which most of the people don't know about, or something like that, because a lot of people who try to work silently on the background, and it's mostly about the uh, the meaning and the purpose, which is what she started it for. She didn't actually start this whole network to actually get somewhere and to get amongst people, but she wanted people to be helped on the basic ground reality, and that's what she's been doing over a period of time. And the efforts have come out really commendable well. And a lot of youngsters and a lot of other people have been wanting to join the network, not just for their own benefits, but even for growing and helping each other grow also. So she shares a lot of info throughout the day, 24/7. She hardly sleeps, I think so, even lesser than Mr. Putin, our Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi. So it pretty much seems like that. And wish her the best. And the last person over here we have on board with us is none other than my close friend and my close friend's wife as well, also in the same boat. So here's Preksha. She is a powerhouse of a woman. I don't know how much to describe this as well, also, but juggling the tasks of being a mother and being a wife, being a daughter-in-law, and being a forefront runner into her farm stay right now, and which is Dharti, which is big and which has become like one of the beacons in tourism in our place, which is one of the most well-known farm stays in our region at the moment right now. Um, it's got a really wonderful ambience, and the best part is whenever she takes care, or along with her husband, they take care of their guests. It's more of a direct personal approach, and even once I stayed there, that whole experience was really mesmerizing. And she's been taking the whole task of actually putting the place on the map. She organizes a lot of tours, local tours as well, and has actually incorporated the whole local community within her. So I welcome all you beautiful ladies to this short session over here, where we shall be going across a few pointers, a few questions, what I just framed, and uh, and just to know about your viewpoints. So let's not, without much delay, and let me not talk too much. So I would like to put forward the first question to Ms. Sona. So So personally for you,
Yeah.
what do you personally for you, what does the International Women's Day stand for, and how do you feel it's evolved over the years?
Okay, so I'll first answer how it has evolved. So starting with the history, right? And so Women's Day was first celebrated in US on February 28th, 1909 in New York. And in India, we first celebrated it on 1917. And the women in Bombay, they organized a protest demanding the right to vote. So from 1917, demanding a right to vote, then what we are today in India, we've come a long way where, we have to ask to vote, right? So I think I don't need to really tell the evolution. We have seen with it, we've seen it with our own eyes. And I think we three women sitting here is the testament where we have come. And personally, I feel it's great celebrating Women's Day. It's about celebrating the achievement of women and gender equality and raising awareness. But other than that, I feel it's something that should be celebrated every day and just not one day. We should celebrate both women and men every day. you know. So yeah, that's my take on celebrating Women's Day. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So, the second question I would like to put forward, but I guess both you ladies can also talk about your inspiration and inspiration which has shaped your journey, both personally and professionally.
Uh, so I would like to take this up. Talking about inspiration, there are a lot of people around always, from whom we always get to learn something or something new. But major influence in my life has been my mother, because she was too young when she lost her father, and she had three siblings younger to her, and a single mother who was taking care of the business in Darjeeling. So she being the eldest shouldered almost like half the responsibility, and she was taking care of her siblings, her school, and the business together. And she's like she was a powerhouse of almost everything. She was very what do I say, like she's still very resilient, but she kind of played a very important role in supporting her mother then. And then after her marriage with my dad, though she was a career oriented woman, educated, graduate, like a graduate during that time, meant a lot. But when it came to my father and his mother who was ailing, she decided to not take up any career and decided to be a homemaker. So it was a very big switch for her. However, she handled that with ease, and she made sure that her kids, like me and my younger brother, we were brought up well, and we had the values in us instilled in us. And I always looked up to her for her strength. And I lost my brother a few years back. Even then, she was the person who was holding the home together, and she was the one giving us courage during those difficult times. So every time, in every single step of my life, she's been of great support to me. Even now, I'm able to do whatever I'm able to do right now in terms of my career, in terms of my kids. It wouldn't have been possible if my mom was not there at home taking care of my kids and making sure like they are fine. So she's still the anchor of my life and of our house, and she is my inspiration. Like, she will always remain my most like, I will always be inspired by looking at her and how her life has been. That's I think um, that's like, I would really consider her to be my inspiration. And on Women's Day, she was the first person I wished today. So she means a lot to me, and yeah, so that's about my mother and her journey.
Wow, that actually kind of makes my eyes fill up with happy tears. So I guess even Divya wants to talk about her inspiration as well.
Yes, definitely. Thank you very much, first of all, for this honor and opportunity to, speak out about our life, our journey as women. Like Preksha mentioned, my inspiration definitely is again my mother, who uh, was a career woman. She used to run a school, she used to run the household, everything. So I've seen from a very young age, to multitask as a woman. So she is definitely my inspiration. And till date, I feel that I think I did not mention about uh, both my mothers. By saying that means my mother-in-law and my mother. So both have been very, inspiring. My mother-in-law was also a businesswoman, uh, and having said that, I would also like to mention and give a special shout out to the fathers as well, because they were equally, taking care of the household. So when my mother-in-law, because I met her after my father-in-law got retired from his bank job, so he was the kind of a house husband, and she was the person who was running around, the house. So it was a very beautiful um, uh, experience and sight to see in a household. Uh, for me, coming from a very small town from Manipur and now shifting to a city life in Delhi. So this was something that I really like to, share with you all, that when we say that it's just a mother who does the, overall household, keeps the house to family together. But I feel that with these experience, there is a balance between the two people, which really makes a family. So on Mother's Day, I'm sorry, on International Women's Day, I would not just like to give a shout out to my mother, both my mothers, but also to my daddy, Papaji, who really, really, was a pillar, who really, made a point that, to empower a woman, we really have a man who also, is there. So that's something I wanted to kind of, speak about. Thank you.
Wow. So we are appreciating both halves as well also right now. We're talking about a better half, which is supposed to be the woman, but even at least the other half is not forgotten about. That's lovely. So, okay,
Absolutely.
in this world of actually a lot of where people are striving for gender equality, what sort of challenges have you faced, and how have you overcome them as a woman?
If you ask me that question, if I have to answer that, I would not say there is not a kind of battle. You are a war zone, hai na, battle, hai na, ki, we have to come overcome this. We have to be better than that. I would not like to. We have to come shoulder to. We have to work shoulder. We can't be like, because at the end of the day, suppose if I want to travel somewhere with a family, there is a big suitcase which I, as a woman, physically is not possible to, move around. So I need the help of physically, physically change honey hodena. So I feel that gender equality, Vaniji, it's not just about mentally or thought wise. Say, I think it should be there. But physically, chakare mani, we cannot be like at par with them. But there are women who are like super women, who
Mhm.
can lift weights and all that. But every normal basic person cannot do that, right? So gender equality, mere opinion, Machai, it is happening. It may take some time, but overcome Manisha. I don't know how do I. Maybe I am not able to
No, no,
express it
any sort of
like Preksha and
any
Sonam.
sort of
Please take this out.
yeah, any sort of situation where you have faced certain hurdles and how you have overcome them.
Like gender equality, I would
Hurdles.
like say, when I was working in the cities, I didn't have to actually face this kind of a situation where I felt maybe I'm inferior or I'm not heard. But it was kind of a situation or a switch for me when I decided to actually start living in the village. Here I realized it is mostly the men who are, like unako kura jada sunja. So it's easy for people to take orders from men or suggestions from men. And when it's the woman who is speaking, it's like she's not actually given that kind of a त्यो उसको कुरालाई त्यो खालको weight नहुँदो रहेछ क्या. Initially that is what I felt here. That was a challenge uh, that I went through when I started my establishment here in the village. It took some time for them to actually accept me as the person who sometimes can give out orders or can give suggestions or can be heard. So I think त्यो equality भन्ने होइन, but there was kind of a mental block here, and which is still there, but right now I don't have to go through it, but I did go through that initially, yeah. And even in the associations that I was a member of locally, like local associations, it's like until unless you kind of you actually have to prove yourself as alikiti चाहिँ to be heard or to be considered as somebody who has an idea or maybe somebody who can give suggestions भनेर. So त्यो aspectबाट चाहिँ अलिकति I felt that equality भन्दा पनि, I don't know whether to put it as equality, but मेनको कुरा चाहिँ अलिकति ज्यादा सुन्ने, अलिकति बुझ्ने, वुमेनलाई चाहिँ अलिकति उयो गरिहाल्ने क्या. So but now it's still better, it's better, and
अलिकति ignore
undermine गर्ने, but now things are better. अलिकति, which I did feel बाहिर हुँदा क्या, even in Kurseong or even growing up in my house, like we never felt like that because my father always used to take suggestions from us. Like we always had this house discussions, के गर्नु कसो गर्नु, हाम्रो opinions लिन्थ्यो नि त. So suddenly when that was not happening, it was kind of I was अलिकति taken aback, but that happened when I shifted to the village, but now it's getting better.
How about you, Sonam?
Okay. So, shifting to the next question right now. What advice would you give to young women today who are navigating their own paths in their various fields? So what would be the inspirational words
So I'll take
on your
that.
side?
So believe in yourself and don't stop. Keep on moving. You can refocus on yourself as many times as you want, and you are important. And yes, the last thing is believe in yourself. Everything falls into place. And don't stop your learning. Please don't stop your learning. Keep on learning and keep on falling down, keep on rising, and yeah, that's about it.
Yes, exactly.
Thank
People need to keep on learning and keep on believing in themselves. That's what they should do. So again, so how do you think workplaces can support and empower women in leadership roles?
अघि अब दिदीले भनेको जस्तै नि केटाहरू अब anywhere, whenever women is in power, taking orders from them, it comes a bit on their ego, so maybe just listening and not seeing someone as a woman or a man, त्यस्तो होइन कि, तर अब हुन्छ नि, where is it coming from, and I don't, just listening. I think that's so important, yeah. And not looking at the gender, but then the intention behind it and the capability of that person, and all these things should be taken into consideration rather than oh, he's a man, he's a woman. And usually what happens is, this has happened with me, eh? So when a man is giving out an order, it's actually a leader. He's seen as a leader, abuja leader, but then when women does that, she's bossy and she's dominating, so that the mindset like change garnu ni, it's not about man on women, that's why but both, so if we take this thing out from our mindset, I think we can have more women leaders in the workplace and in the management. Okay, if we just stop demonizing women who gives order and bossy dominating on it, we stop that. Yeah.
The environment doesn't change. I'm sorry to cut you there. Environment doesn't change. So Preksha and I, we are also in a very village environment right now. Like you mentioned that people still, women folk like they don't take us seriously. So in a work environment, in a workplace, like my husband and I, when we plan to build something, construct something to develop our area or anything, when we have a kind of suggestion or something, then they kind of, in a very funny manner, they kind of tease us, right? It's sort of like so mazak mazak so that environment in village also is there. So
Yeah,
firstly, the men has to come forward and they have to
yeah,
give us a path, you know,
yeah,
like
yeah. And another thing
Himalayan
is,
Entrepreneur Network is definitely, giving us the space and
yeah,
platform to raise our voice and talk like what's happening today on a international day today. We are sitting here and we are sharing our thoughts about where we are at right now. You being a person who's working in Delhi in a very office cubicle, we are here at our own space where we have a very village environment. By 7 o'clock, khana ready with the khana that kind of thing. So it's a very, very good platform. But again, workplace, Delhi, metropolitan city, we in a remote place. But the mindset is something that really needs to change.
yeah, that's
Awareness has to, with these dialogues, with these, conversations, they're going to put. This is what I feel.
so. There's something that happened to me recently, where you know how boys, when they joke, it's just a joke. That's what they say, but then they don't realize, it can be hurtful as well. So said that synthesizing bonds. I need to know that some jokes can really hurt the other person. It's not like kita jiskine testo ainanta. So like, and the reaction when a girl reacts, she's moody, त्यस्तो खालको टाइपको कुराहरू नि अब. But then when we stand up to ourselves and we ask them not to do, or त्यस्तो भयो भने चाहिँ she's rude, moody भन्ने खालको टाइपको कुरा क्या अब. Certainly when we speak up it's rude, but then when they do it, it's not rude, it's just like their behavior, अब them being अब just them खालको टाइपको कुराहरू हुन्छ नि अब. So I think that's what अब we have to understand, that even men go through lots of emotions. They also have these mood swings or whatever, same women also has that. So like when a woman is reacting, it's not because she has mood swings, it's like different emotions. And when men can also react, they can also cry. I mean, it's okay to do that, it's not being soft or anything. So I think we should both men and women, we should give that keep on allow each other to feel those emotions also, and not identify ए तो केटा केटी जस्तै नरु हुन्छ नि त्यस्तो खालको टाइपकोहरू कतिवटा कुराहरू अब. It shouldn't be there. I feel it's all human at we're all human at the end of the day, and we feel
Okay,
emotions.
so in your experience, how important is mentorship? And have you had a have had a mentor who was very significant, who impacted your life? I guess Divya wants to
I
answer
would like
this.
to answer that
Definitely.
question.
Yeah, please. Sudha.
Yeah. So yes, I do have a mentor, right? And I've been taking mentorship for the last 7 months from Shikati, and she runs Chaudhary Life Coaching. And I feel having a mentor is very important. Someone to listen to you, है आफ्नै अब कतिवटा कन्ट्रडिक्सन्सहरू भयो, setting life goals. Sometimes we have lots of blind spots, so we don't see where we're getting stuck. On the त्यस्तो केसेसहरूमा चाहिँ having a mentorship like really works, right? And if we want to take a leap and go to the next phase of our phase, I know, but then next step of our life. And yes, it's very important to have someone to help you with it or support you with it, emotionally भयो, professionally भयो, in whichever capacity. Yeah, someone to guide you and listen to you.
Mm.
Thank you.
True that, true that.
So I was just adding on to what Sonam said that that is very important part. I would say mentorship which is zaruri cha. It can be in of your mother or somebody very close to you, where you feel that okay, if I need some advice or some kind of conversation and with which you can bring about the solution, then you have somebody, not a particular, like Sonam mentioned, Shikha is her mentor. Similarly we also have, but maybe not in one person, but from different
Not in one
Okay,
person.
so the next question is, what initiatives or changes would you like to see to further advance women's rights or their opportunities globally?
What initiatives or changes?
Yeah, what initiatives or changes would you like to see for
So the
increasing
initiatives,
opportunities? Yeah.
so raising awareness, right, it's very
Mm-hmm.
important, and
Mm-hmm.
communicating, I feel, is very important. Being vocal, right? You have to be vocal. You have to say what you want without, asking or saying what you want. You cannot get it up much.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel, that change has to be there, because women have repressed their voice about for such a long time. I feel क्या अब
Mm-hmm.
होइन यता बोल्नु हुँदैन उता बोल्नु हुँदैन त्यस्तो टाइपको नि. So, and also women has great instincts. They're very intuitive. So I feel they should listen more to their intuition,
Mm.
and yeah, and communicate. I think that's how we can advance, and
I
I
would
don't
also like
know.
to add
True,
to
true,
this,
true. Got it, got it.
being mother of
Yeah, please.
two daughters, and just adding to what Sonam said, like, women should speak, and yeah, bolnu hundena, tya bolnu hundena. It's like me being a mother of two girls, like I always make it a point that when my kids are speaking, we listen to them. They feel heard, okay? Because that
Mm.
is how it starts. And I guess
Mm-hmm.
it's in it parents play a very important role in shaping that up and making them
True.
like
True.
vocal later on in life. So we just can't say, "Eh, timaru nani ho, you won't know it, you won't understand." No, these people, they're
Should
actually
not do
more
that.
understanding than us. They have. So that is one
Mm.
important role that we can play in shaping women when if we have the chance to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fostering that environment to give them that space
Yeah.
to grow, and
Yeah.
and hear them out.
Decision
I think it's
making, such as decision making. When we give them a space, like, okay, let's sit and discuss, like that we do in family, just three of
Mhm.
us, my husband and I, and our son, three of us. When we have to make some decision, we make sure that, he's there, and, this is what we are planning to do. So he or she should take part. So I think it's high time now we should stop doing that, oh, you bacha hai, you will not know. That's a item, so we should include them. So similarly happens to other, stakeholders also. When we are in a workplace, when we are in a village environment, when we have a certain, environment, one should encourage people to, give their point of view, listen as well as share. This is what I feel that will help a lot.
Wow. So a lot of pointers actually put forward, but at the end of the day, we actually look at the courage and understanding is at the foremost. If you have to take and give more opportunities, not just to women, but each and every
Keeping in
different kind
mind
also.
that, yeah, there are certain things we should not be, there's a right place and time also. अब जरुरी
Mhm.
छैन कि भन्ने हो भन्दाखेरि चापै त्यही भन्ने पनि होइन. There should be a right time where the situation is. अब भन्ने भन्दाखेरि फेरि त्यो हल्लामा हल्ला गर्ने पनि होइन. But give them the space, listen to them, let them share their thoughts also, and or a kind of respect भनौँ न. That's kind of giving them respect to,
yeah,
understand what they
Respect
have to say.
yeah.
Yeah.
And to make them value that even your opinions matter, भन्ने खालको नि
matter.
सानोदेखि, irrespective of, I think, gender as well. I think that's important, and women like
But
अब
it's like mostly the women are
सानोदेखि.
silenced नि त घरमा.
Yeah,
अब
yeah,
छोरीहरूलाई there are still families हुन्छ नि when अब ए तिमीहरू त छोरी हो तिमीहरू त यस्तो कुद्नु हुँदैन है यसरी हाँस्नु हुँदैन है there is that's still happening क्या. So त्यो चाहिँ we have to get rid of that culture हुन्छ नि like कुद्नु त अब men पनि हुँदैन women पनि हुँदैन नि चोट त दुईजनालाई लाग्छ. Or maybe like, तिमी त केटी भएर कस्तो smoke गरेको. Smoking is bad for health, be it women or men, right? So it's
men,
all
yeah,
these things. So like instead of saying that a woman should not be doing this, you say that it's not good for your health. That's why you should not be doing it. So it's simple चिजहरु पनि क्या अब त्यो but it later on यस्तो सानो कुराहरूले पनि impact हुन्छ नि त ठुलो as they grow
Yeah. Women
kidsहरुमा.
centric and laws. Mm.
Mm.
True.
Yes, a
केटीको
lot of
पनि के नाकको
lot of
टुप्पोमा
lovely
हुन्छ
points.
भने.
रिस होइन त्यो त राईहरूको त गर्दा चाहिँ त्यो त राई लिम्बूहरूको त
Limbu.
यस राई लिम्बूहरूको त रिस चाहिँ नाकको टुप्पोमा हुन्छ मान्छे. So all
But there is one thing I must say that I have learned a lot living in a place like Bunkulung. I'm sure Preksha also lives in a village environment. Your patience level, त्यो के त छट्टै त्यो रिसाउने त्यो
We
temperament हुन्छ अलिकति चाहिँ क्या अलिकति चाहिँ कम्ती भएको छ. I think the environment really
But
matters.
it won't work in the villages. The patience, everything is about patience. Right from the crops that you sow, like the vegetables that you sow, like waiting them to grow, they can go later. Everything needs patience. अत्तालिएर त केही हुँदैन यहाँनिर.
त्यो चाहिँ अलिकति अहिले उस भएको छ. लिम्बुनीको नाच चाहिँ अलिकति क्या. Yeah, please carry on. You had another question.
Yes.
I think
No,
the
no.
conversation.
I would like all lovely ladies, as you've been successful in your own respective fields and are doing well and is inspiring a lot of other women as well, who would probably would want to follow in your footsteps and would want to learn more. So, what message would you like to be giving to all the women over there who are aspiring to follow in your footsteps? All of you
Don't
can
be
give a
afraid to
short
take
message.
risk. I would like to say, don't get scared to take risk. Take the risk.
Mm,
If you feel that, and if it doesn't work out, do it again. Nothing will work out in the very first place. And if it doesn't work out, try again, but never give up. Risk लिनुपर्छ चाहिँ डराउनु हुँदैन क्या. त्यो चाहिँ it's like we have to do that. Keep and be resilient. Resilience, it goes a long way. So resilient हुनुपर्छ.
अब resilience हाम्रो नेपालीमा भन्नु के भन्नु पर्यो? नेपाली वर्डमा
सहनशीलता.
Deet हुनुपर्छ.
Deet.
Deet हुनुपर्छ. My mom calls me Deet.
Yes, त्यो त हुनु.
Deet हुनुपर्छ.
I think that really helps.
गर्छु भने गर्छु job गरे. Job गरे.
Other than that, I feel respect is what I really keep in the top notch. Whether they पनि काम हामी गर्छौँ, it's not low paid job or low यस्तो हो भनेर हुँदैन. So every work that you do, it should be done well with all your heart, with honesty, and respect what may be सानो नानी होस् ठुलो मान्छे हो. Respect भन्दा हामीले खालि ठुलो मान्छेलाई मात्रै दिनुपर्छ भनेको होइन. I think we should respect even the younger people also, and not just older. To the next generation, this is what I want to kind of impart them. And try to communicate, because I feel the generation, we don't communicate well. We don't tell, oh, I'm feeling this, oh, my anxiety cha. Anxiety anxiety cha bhanदैन. Okay, that is something that I have experienced. So मलाई anxiety cha, मलाई they've taken this as a very सजिलो तालले उनीहरूले भन्छ कि, but that is something that's a very, very sensitive issue, and I don't think the younger generations are understanding that, because we have also gone through the same phases in life. I will not mention how old I am right now, because it will be not right. But having said that, the experience that we are carrying, as a woman, I was also once a teenager. I was also once, certain college days, I'm a student, then we started working, then got married, then a mother, and then entrepreneur, like that. So every phases we go through and we learn something out of it. So I feel that respect, communication, and the ziddipan हुनु पर्यो. म गर्छु भन्ने त्यो पनि एउटा.
But the initiative change much. I also wanted to talk about this, Nita, building a sisterhood community where you have केटाहरू, because usually they go out network, Nita, होइन? But then केटीहरूको चाहिँ अब अलिक हुँदैन. So there is this उयो नि उता दार्जिलिङहरूतिर, supposing you're with a person or a friend हुन्छ नि, अब दुईजना एक्स्ट्रा केटासँग भयो भने you see it in a very different way क्या, अब त्यो it's not seen as your network. Whereas in केटाहरूलाई चाहिँ going out anytime, networking, it's a very different thing. So I think that we should also
yeah, I'm getting what you're trying to say.
foster this. So I wanted to talk about that, where at least we have a community, and then obviously when women also, when they go out and network, it shouldn't be about gossip, and it shouldn't be she's hanging out with these guys, because people have that notion Yo चाहिँ
They
एक
should
उयो
talk
होइन है.
about themselves and yeah, they should talk about themselves and not somebody who's not in that room.
Yeah,
Is that
yeah,
what you're
yeah.
trying to
So
say?
yeah, that's what I feel about for a woman to, further advance women rights and opportunities globally. A mentorship is so important. Finding a mentor हुन्छ नि अब, and then our network opportunities as well, and to give them that environment to network हुन्छ नि, whether it be men, women, जोसँग पनि अब to give, you should have, you should foster that kind of environment also नि है. So त्यो open खालके एउटा space without any judgment. I know it's going to take time, but then अब we should give that to women and not be judgmental, and also building a sisterhood community. It's very important to build a sisterhood community. We're not but just talk about entrepreneurship this but then you could talk about so many other things. Yeah, women go through a lot and even internally, hormonal whatever women do go through a lot, and sometimes they feel it's normal but yeah, then there are topics you should talk about with someone, if it's right, it's wrong. So yeah.
So no, it's not just about asking all these things. Also, it's like the basic questions. What was missing out there is as as the whole thing about it. It goes about breaking barriers. It goes for breaking
Mm,
barriers of the mental mind and everything else also. Oh, you're just a woman. Oh, you're just a woman. So I know Sonam has broken her barriers and she's traveled solo on a bicycle. Uh, that's a huge feat by itself, and not a lot of people would want to take that uncomfortable journey. So why don't you share your bit of experiences and what it has brought about changes in your life? So Sonam?
Yeah, so so I did a solo trip in 2019 in UK, and that's when this thing happened. And I cycled for 3 months across UK. That was your Ireland. Sorry, we started off at
mm,
Edinburgh, that is in Scotland. Then we went to Northern
mm,
Ireland, Ireland, and then Wales. So, and I have been traveling solo for the last 8 years. I first started in 2016, and I've been to many countries. I've traveled solo. And the usually
mm,
केटीहरूको चाहिँ कस्तो हुन्छ भन्दा बिकज केटी मान्छे हो नि त, अब केटी मान्छे एक्लै कतिवटा डर अब यो त्यो हेन तेन भन्ने हुन्छ. But no, it's a beautiful world out there. It's a very beautiful
mm,
world out there with very good people. I know there's a lot of these bad this thing on media, bad news, hence then of course we have to be careful. We should know where to be,
mm,
where not to be, just to jog our own side. But then don't hold yourself back. It's a beautiful
right.
world out there, and if you don't explore, you wouldn't know. So I think
Yeah,
yes,
true.
women should come forward, travel often, be out there, be there,
Mm,
go there. Unsani. It's a beautiful world,
mm,
and yes, you should definitely experience it. I have experienced it, and it's changed me for good. I mean, I still remember I was it was a army को के भन्छ, it's a road
mm.
नि यो तपाईँको के रोड भन्छ हौ सिन्चेलको त्यहाँनिर पनि छ नि आर्मीको क्यान्टोनमेन्ट, आई डोन्ट नो, जस्ट लाइक पहिला पहिला आर्मी
Cantonment.
जाने त्यो
Uh-huh.
उयो हुन्छ मिलिटरी
Jalpan,
रोड,
Jalpan,
इट वाज लाइक
Jalpan.
द्याट. Was a huge hill I had to cross, and the moment I crossed it, I could feel I could move a mountain at that point of time. There's nothing in the
Mm.
world I cannot do. I had that
Fucking.
overwhelming feeling, and I could feel the energy of the hills around me, and I'm like,
Uh,
"हुन्छ नि अब हल्लाइदिन्छु जस्तो mountain पनि हल्लाइदिन्छु भन्ने." And then I feel it has changed me. There has been a, how do I put it? There has been a shift inside me. No matter what
mhm,
life throws at me, I'm like,
mm.
this is nothing. I can
Bring
do
it
it. I
on.
can bring it
Bring
on
it
when it
on.
comes.
I'm ready.
Yeah, so this experience, does give you that kind of courage नि अब त्यो यस्तो गरेको त के
Mm.
जे पनि गर्नु सक्छु भन्ने खालको टाइपको क्या. But then you have to make
Uh-huh.
a start. You have to start somewhere. You have to take a step. It's
That's all.
it's
Mhm,
scary at first, but then it
mm.
gets better. Then you start loving it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think that's about it.
And we wish you that we get to, hear and you get to share about these experiences more in the future. So all the
Yeah.
best for that, right? I know
Thank
the
you.
positive or unfortunate events, Roja, but the negative and unfortunate events should not make us, it should not stop us to explore. And also, Mr. Moderator, thank you so much. आज तपाईले हामीलाई
Thank you so
यहाँ
much.
munch दिनुभएको छ,
Yeah.
to share our thoughts, and I'm feeling really empowered that we have a gentleman, good-looking gentleman with a nice Shah Rukh Khan pony taking us
We're
through all these
so
questions and all.
empowering.
So much. And would love
Thank
to,
you.
kind of participate and get to see these sessions happening every every now and then, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that was a lovely session with three ladies, Divya, Sonam, and Preksha,
Thank you.
powerhouses in their own categories as well, also, but mainly primarily
And you also wanted to,
the founding members, and the core members of HENS also, and me as a member and a moderator right now over here, Choephell Tenzin. So it is really fun interacting
Yeah.
to have this conversation, talk
Yeah.
about not just issues, but talking about positives also, what even the next generation should consider. So thank you for this lovely session. I guess this shall add a lot of
Thank you.
pointers for all those people who are watching this session over and
Yeah.
over again also,
And we
so
should
that they
have
can
this
pick out.
more in future. We should have this conversation in future as well.
Yes, definitely, definitely. Okay,
Chopin,
okay. So thank you,
I'm
all
the
you
Feel
lovely
good.
ladies.
person, no?
Thank you, all you lovely ladies
Thank
for
you. Thank you.
joining me and
Bye.
giving me
Lovely.
time. So in one of these first
Yeah.
sessions of the hen panels. So at this moment we are
Happy
celebrating,
International Women's Day.
Happy
yes,
International Women's Day. Happy
Women's Day
International Women's Day.
to all you lovely and beautiful women out there. So cheers. This is Choephell
Thanks.
Tenzin, and this is
Cheers.
Divya, and this is Sonam, and Preksha was there. So thank you for listening to us. We shall catch up with more lovely
Thank you.
conversations and a lot of different topics as well. So cheers. Goodbye.
Uh, cheers.
Bye.
Cheers. Bye. Bye.
Bye.